Hey guys, it's Alyssa. I promise that this video is going to be a lot happier than the last one. Before I get started though, I want to talk to you a little bit about why I made my last video. I had seen a couple of months ago Ingrid or Miss Glamorazzi do a Me Without Makeup tag where she kind of just like laid it all out there and talked about some of her issues and insecurities and things. And so rather than really talk about I obviously have a ton of insecurities. I have pretty crappy self-esteem, actually, which I think, unfortunately, a lot of us have. But what I wanted to do, when I first thought about, starting a YouTube channel, one of the things that I really wanted to do that was important to me was to make it real. And of course, it would be nice to have millions of subscribers and things like other YouTubers have. But at the end of the day, what's important to me is that people are enjoying what they're watching and they're wanting to come back because they feel like it's a safe place. Not even so much about like beauty and products and fashions and things that we all love, but I wanted to just be real with you guys and let you know that I'm a real person. I know that you all are real people, and I want this to be a forum where we don't attack each other and we just recognize that everybody has problems and everybody has issues, and I want you to feel safe coming here with that. And I also really appreciate the respect I got about talking about not only my religion but my political affiliation, which are both like huge hot button topics right now, and things that I've noticed that if a lot of people say how they feel about stuff, they're either unsubscribed to or they're send hate comments, and there's just no need for that. I like Democrats. There's things I like about Republicans. There's things I like about Libertarians, the Green Party, people that are lesbian or gay or transgendered or any of those things, people that are atheists, people that believe in Jesus. I think there's a place for everybody, and I want one of those places to be this channel. So that's why I did that, and I just want to thank you so much for the outpouring of support and kindness that I got for doing that. And I promise I'll get to you guys individually very soon. I'm actually in the process of going back. Sorry, I just noticed my eyebrows are looking really weird. I think I wiped part of this one off. But anyway, that's not relevant to what I'm talking about. I just totally lost my train of thought. But anyway, thank you. Today actually is a really fun video. This might end up being a hair longer. I feel bad that some of my videos have been extra long lately, but I wanted to do a tag, and I created this with Rochelle's help a little bit, called the Back to School tag. And so I'm just going to get right into it and hopefully keep this video under half an hour. First question, what is your favorite memory from being in school? I have so many. It's hard for me to kind of pinpoint a favorite. I definitely used to love singing in the choir and doing choir competitions. And I loved getting to do those things with Rochelle and some of my really good friends. I actually had all 5 classes with my friend that I talked about that passed away in December. I had all 5 classes for, we started having the same classes the end of middle school, and then had every single class together. Literally every single class, every day, all day with her. And so that was nice because I always knew that I had somebody that would make me feel comfortable and be a friend, and also we cheated off of each other a lot. Sorry, adults watching this video, cheating is wrong. But I think my favorite is actually, I took a humanities course. I was terrified of the teacher. She's very intimidating. But I love the course content about the fine arts and the things like that. And I really loved when we would take trips with that. And I think I really loved going to see the Nutcracker. When we went, that was my first experience with the Nutcracker or the ballet, and I immediately fell in love with it. And I also really liked the projects that she had us do. One of our projects was we had to make a poster chart of Dante's Inferno and put people famous, real or fiction or cartoons or whatever it may be, and put them in categories of where we thought they were going to go to hell. And there was this guy in our class that Rochelle and I both really didn't like, but I actually think he kind of had a thing for Rochelle. I know she'll probably do a counter video no, he didn't. But he put Winnie the Pooh as gluttony and the Lindenberg baby as a suicide. And it was very controversial, but I think that's one of my favorite memories. And the next one, favorite class and why? My favorite class actually is surprising to me because it had a lot of really good teachers. I had an English teacher that I really liked. I had several that I didn't like. It's so hard. Elementary school, I really liked any kind of reading or social studies classes. I love social studies. I still really enjoy that kind of thing. But I think my favorite class that stands out the most to me was when I was a senior, I just needed an extra elective and I wanted an easy A. And so I took home economics, which for those who know me, I'm not very domestic. I'm learning how to cook and do things. I'm very clean and good at that sort of thing, but I'm terrible at like sewing and cooking and stuff. But I took that class and we had the sweetest, nicest teacher. Her name was Mrs. Kidd. And she was probably like late 50s, early 60s, and was very much like a stereotypical kind of 50s housewife. And she taught us how to be ladies, and she would sometimes let us watch like Oprah in the afternoons, and she would make us popcorn, and she was just awesome. And I actually really learned a lot in that class. And we had units where we did casseroles and had to invite a teacher to eat with us. And it was just a class that it was a day. When it was a day that I knew I was going to have that for like an extended block period, like that was a good day. I just really like her and thought she was a sweet, good person and a very good teacher. And so that made it fun to be around. I also had a college professor for teaching. I can't remember his name, unfortunately, when I was going to college. He's at Old Dominion University still, so I'm assuming he's still teaching this. But he taught a course basically about like how to be a good teacher. And he showed us different units and things. And at the time, he was a 5th grade teacher. And he showed us this one thing where he played Beastie Boys' Intergalactic Planetary. You know that song, Intergalactic Planetary. But anyway, and he had the kids, their project was, as part of the beginning of school, to talk about how it would feel to be an alien that was dropped on Earth, like in that time period, and the kinds of things that they would see. And he just had like such a cool way of teaching things that are otherwise really boring. And I just got a lot of that, and I used a lot of his stuff, even, you know, down on preschool level. And I just loved it. Least favorite class and why? Oh gosh. Well, I think for me, I had a really nice teacher. But I think for me, any math course I really hated. I am really bad at math. I had trouble the other day dividing 5 into 2. Trying to figure out like what half of 5 was. Yeah, that's the kind of math level I'm at. And I don't consider myself necessarily dumb, but I'm very dumb in math. I'm terrible at it. And I really struggled in geometry. I tried and I got a tutor and I just couldn't get it. And so I ended up just not liking it. I think when you're not naturally good at things, you tend to not like those classes. But I also hated speech, which is funny because I like public speaking, but I did not like the speech teacher at all. She was crazy. And I also really hated PE. There were things about PE that were good, but for the most part, I just really hated it because I hate exercising. Which, by the way, my friend Sky will be happy. I'm not drinking Diet Coke today. I am drinking water. So I'm trying to be better. Next question, who was your favorite teacher? I kind of already covered that. I had several. One was Miss Cannell, who was my 2nd grade teacher. And at the time that I was kind of telling you about, there were a lot of like volatile, really bad things going on in my family. And she really was like a support and somebody that I could confide in and really made me feel good about myself. And I really wish I could find her. Her name's Melissa Connell, her maiden name. I'm sure she's probably married by now. And she used to be in Fort Hood, Texas. So if you know where she's at or know her, please let me know in the comments below. Because I Facebooked her and like tried to stalk her and find her, you know, so I could thank her for the things that she did for me. And I haven't been able to. So I think she's my all-time favorite. I also had a teacher named Melissa Musser who was really sweet and kind of somebody that I wanted to copy, like her style and her looks. And she was a good teacher as well. And Miss Kidd, you know, of course. I mean, I've been fortunate to have mostly good teachers. I've had several terrible teachers, but mostly good. My favorite teacher might be myself. Or Bob Ross. He teaches painting. Not sure where I want to take this one. The next question, your least favorite teacher. Oh, this is so hard because I have had several teachers that were just not nice or not good teachers. It's really hard for me to kind of pinpoint one that was like the worst. When I was in high school, surprisingly, I liked most of my teachers. I had I had a 4th grade teacher. I actually don't remember her name, but I had a 4th grade teacher. The one I had when I was in Texas, it was really good. And then I moved to Georgia and I had this kind of like mean, hateful, bitty teacher. And I can't remember her name, but she was just really hateful. Oh, you know what? I just remembered my favorite teacher. Speaking of hateful old biddies. When I was in college, I was required to take an introduction to speech course. And I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but I used to do forensics. I did persuasive speaking. and I was on like the drama teams and things like that. And so like public speaking really didn't bother me. And so when I took this course, I guess I kind of went into it with like a cocky attitude, thinking that, you know, perhaps I would do really well in it. But she would humiliate people when they went up there. I remember one time I walked up from the back of the classroom and she didn't like the way I walk. And she literally like screamed at me and made me walk to the back of the class and do it again. So of course when I got up to do my speech, I was like about to poop my pants because she was so hateful. But she was just a bitch. I hate to say that. It's terrible to call people that, and I'm very much against like shame language and saying mean things about people, but that is the only way I know to describe her. She was just so mean, and she ripped people, new ones that went up there to give speeches and stuff, and she just made everyone very intimidated and terrified. Not necessarily because she had experience in speech or anything. I think she must have had like some personal issues and really, really took it out on people. But she got up in my face one time and told me that I did not have a career or a future in public speaking, and that I might as well just drop the class now. And what shook my confidence so badly was I had won awards in high school, and I had gone to speaking conferences with my grandfather at colleges and like won. And then all of a sudden she's like, you suck. And so for a really long time after that, I was very afraid to do anything like this, where I'm having, you know, to speak and exposing myself to people. She was just evil. So she's my least favorite. I really wish I could, I know I'll remember her name as soon as I'm done making this video. So she was at a community college, and she was a psychopath. And actually my sister had her, and she made my sister cry too. So she was just one of those teachers that makes school and makes school look bad and makes kids hate school. So yeah. And then I think I only want to do, actually, you know what? I'm just going to stop here because this video is already 12 minutes long. And I will do the rest in a video. I'll just go ahead and post both today for beta so you can get all of them. But I encourage, strongly encourage you to do this tag. Rochelle, Sky, Allie, Cha-Cha Cakes, Trisha160, all of you guys, whoever is watching this channel, please do a response video. I would like this tag to get spread around because I love hearing about people's childhood stuff and about their school experiences. And like the I Heart Fall tag was super popular. And I don't know any people that have done a tag like this or started a tag. So if there's somebody that you would like to tag to do this that I don't know, please feel free to do that. I would love it. And just let me know what's up. And if you don't do videos, feel free to answer these questions in the comments below. I would love that. Thank you for watching. Bye.